Today in this video, I want to talk about this idea that you're not confused, you're just not ready yet. So if you are feeling lost or confused around what is your deepest purpose or how to make an important life decision and you're drawing a blank, I have to say that yes, there is one camp of people that legitimately do not know what it is that they need to do. Especially young people, they need more information, they need to explore more options. But the vast majority of us fall into the second camp, which is that we actually deep down do know exactly what to do, or at least we know the general direction, but we don't like the answer. We don't find our feet moving. We don't take action in that direction. And so if you look at the clarity path, we often think that it looks something like this, like you're confused, and then you have clarity, and then you take action and you're off to the races. But in actuality, what is more common is that you first have clarity. I have to do something, but you don't want to do it on some level. You can't do it. You're terrified, you're nervous, whatever. And so the lack of action leads to second guessing and doubt, and then you fall back down into this place of confusion. And then you have another little blip of clarity. Something else reminds you, whether it's a quote in a book or a conversation with a friend. You say, yes, I know this is what I have to do. But again, you don't take action and you fall back down. And so that cycle can last for months. It can even last for years. And this is where the cognitive dissonance kicks in. So when part of you deep down in your bones knows you want to do something, but another part of you is resisting it, that inner conflict is painful. And we know from psychology that our brains are very good at getting past this cognitive dissonance. We have to move on. We can't exist as humans with all of this friction, living in this pit of despair and all of this challenge and this indecisiveness. So the brain is very smart and it creates confusion because it acts as an effective buffer from that very painful decision. Because you can't be blamed for not living your purpose or making that hard decision if you're actually not 100% certain if that's what you're supposed to do. You can't expect it to live your dream if you don't even know what your dream is. So I think the best thing to do is to give yourself permission to not be ready. A lot of us, we don't give ourselves permission to say, yes, I know what my dream is, but I'm just not ready yet. So step one, I think, is to give yourself the space, because anyways, even if you stress about it, you're still not going to move forward until you move forward. So you might as well take the time to look at it and explore the reasons why you're not ready yet, the reasons why your feet are not moving. And there's many legitimate reasons why we don't go. One of them is that fears. So in society, we often hear the message that all of the fears, which are some are real and some are imagined, when it comes to this type of thing, like taking a risk or going and following your dreams, we're often told to just dismiss them completely, just pull the trigger, take the leap, and the net is going to appear. But I think that's a simplistic approach because fears can be broken down into two categories. One of them is that they're the real threats, the real pitfalls that are waiting for you. And our unconscious mind is perfectly aware of what is waiting for us, perfectly aware of all the risks. And that's one of the reasons why, is that if you just say, nah, I should just go and leap anyways, despite my fears, you have to acknowledge that sometimes those fears are real, they're valid, and they're there for a reason. For example, maybe you're gonna run out of money if you just go out and just quit your job and I'm gonna go start working for myself without a plan. Or maybe there's the legitimate issues of the fact that you need to actually build up some kind of a portfolio or build up some early clients or to get some kind of a foundation in place, because it gives you that bit of a leeway, a bit of a on-ramp to the next thing. And then there's also the other side, which is the fears that are not necessarily based in reality, but they're based in our limiting beliefs. So that's also something that you need to explore, of course, that you should explore if that's what's going on for you. So the reason why a lot of people don't pull the trigger is because they've got a big belief in their lack of ability to pull it off. They don't think that they're good enough, that they're going to be able to do it, and so they're imagining that deep down is not going to work, and so unconsciously they're just not moving for that reason. Or there's the thought about, what are people going to think about me? My image, how my family's going to view me, my friends. I'm going to look stupid doing this thing. Because often we're being pulled in a direction that's outside of our comfort zone. So the old previous version of us has to upgrade, and we're going to be looked at differently. We're going to open up and expand new parts of ourselves. There are many other reasons why perhaps you're not ready. It could be the fact that you're still enjoying the payoffs of the pre-purpose phase. And there are many payoffs. In the comfort zone, you've got the comfortable part and you've got the uncomfortable part. And a lot of people dismiss the whole thing and say the comfort zone is just all bad and all useless, but there are a lot of psychological payoffs that we're getting from that comfort zone, so you can't dismiss those. You have to actually consciously realize when you go and step into your new thing, you have to let those comforts go. And sometimes that can be painful. Another possible reason why we're not yet ready is that our ego thinks that we are ready to go and we want to rush ahead, but actually things are brewing. So sometimes things, they take their time. They have their process, and you might look back in hindsight and say, you had to go through this whole process. You have to develop these skills, this experience. You have to go through this certain path before you can go ahead and actually pull the trigger on your dream or make that big decision. Either way though, stopping and actually looking at these different reasons why you're not moving forward is a more conscious way. You're shining the light on it, and it's a lot more productive and actually clears the path more to allow that decision and that action to actually take place than sitting back in a kind of an unconscious, not looking at it, pseudo confusion state. So in conclusion, the question is it really confusion or is it aversion? Is it that you're really just not ready? And two, if it's that you're not ready, is that okay? Is it okay that you can not be ready yet to pursue your purpose or to take that decision? And three, the step is to look into what exactly it is that's stopping you from moving forward. What parts of yourself are screaming in protest? What is their voice? What is the validity to what they're saying? And really explore it, because I think that process is the healthiest and the most stress-free way to actually make everything clear, pave the road ahead of you so you can actually step forward in a way that is faster, more efficient, more stress-free. You don't have to throw yourself off the edge of a cliff in terror. You can do it more consciously and more gracefully. So that's it for today. I hope you found this video helpful, and we'll see you on the next one.